Okay, so we want to complete the table using the information that we have in the pie chart. Now, the way we can do this is because we know how many people were asked. If we weren't given this information, we wouldn't be able to work out how many people had whatever flavour. So we need some information as to how many people picked which crisp. Now, you can work this out in a couple of different ways, really. So looking at the table, the total angles in a circle is 360 degrees. So we know that all the angles in this circle add up to 360 degrees. And we also know that 120 people were asked. So basically there's a ratio there, 120 people to 360 degrees. So what if we wanted to know how many degrees one person was? So to work out how many degrees equals one person, we would do 360 divided by 120, so divided by the number of people, and that would give us 3 degrees. So we know that every 3 degrees in this circle represents one person. So we can use that information to fill in the table. So if we put salt and vinegar here, if I just do salt and vinegar, so the angle is 165 degrees. Okay, but we want to know how many people. So we could do 165 divided by 3 will tell us how many people. And that equals 55. So the same for cheese and onion. So we know cheese and onion was 120 degrees, and we know that 3 degrees equals one person. So how many 3's go into 120? Well, that's 40. So we know that this represents 40 people. And then we have plain, and we know that plain is 45 degrees. So that would be 45 divided by 3, which would be 15. And then we have beef, which is 30 degrees. And that 30 divided by 3 equals 10. And you'll know if you've done it right because these angles will all add up to 360, and these totals, the number of people, would add up to 120. So you know that you've got it right. Okay, so the next way that we can work this out is by working out what proportion, what fraction of the circle do each of these degrees represent, and therefore what fraction of the 120 people do we have. So the easiest way to do this is 165 divided by 360 will give us the fraction of the circle, times that by 120 will give us the fraction of people, which equals 55. Same for the next question. So we have 120 degrees. What fraction of the circle does that represent? So we divide it by 360. And then what fraction does that represent of the people? So we have 40 people. And the same for the next one. 45 divided by 360 times it by 120, and that equals 15. And the last one, 30 divided by 360. So what fraction of 360 is 30 degrees? And then what fraction of 120 is that? And that would be 10. So again, add it all up and you have 120 people. Add it all up and you have 360 degrees.